Hello, my name is Dennis Nelson, Solution Architect for Quest Software. In today's 5-minute demo, we're going to be talking about how Stat can save you time by automating object recovery after an environment refresh, and also automatically keeping environments in sync using that same change type. What if you could track your environment refreshes and resync all changes in flight after the refresh? How much time and effort would that save you? In some cases, it may even be days. The environment refresh works the same in all three products: Stat for eBusiness Suite, Stat for PeopleSoft, and Stat for generic applications. I'll be showing you the EBS version today. I have a change request ready to go that is actually a environment refresh type, which is designated by this environment refresh tab that you see on the change request. If I open that up, you can see details about it. For example, it hasn't started yet. The target database is test, source is prod, and it's taken from a backup on March 31st. And it's scheduled to be applied between April 1st at 0000 hours and complete at 5 a.m. And of course the description here. And once it's actually done, then you'll be able to see that it's complete as well. The advantage to using the environment refresh is it allows you to do a state-based synchronization using the sync wizard. So once I was ready to go, I could select test, the dates that I want to show. For example, if I wanted to show from March 1st to March 30th, if I wanted to sync up all the objects, I would select all. Otherwise, I could individually select just the objects that I wanted, such as maybe I just want to sync schema objects or file objects. I could do that, but they're all listed here. And once that's done, you can schedule that to be run. It does take some time, certainly would exceed the time we have for a 5-minute demo, but at that point you would be given the option to be able to sync the objects to that specific environment in an automated way. That's the first way that it can be done. And of course you can put the governance around it with your workflows, making sure that you have the approvals that might be required for it, as well as just the different steps that might need to be done, such as adding documentation for the refresh itself. The other way that customers often use with Stat is to just mark the changes ready to be migrated. So in that scenario, you would send out a notification to the team, to all your developers, analysts, anyone who has an open change request, and say, we're going to refresh your test environment. If you have any changes in flight in that test environment, please make an archive set, mark it ready to migrate. Once that task was done, the DBA or whoever has the migration responsibility would be able to go into Migration Management, Mass Migration, and select the target and then things that were ready to migrate. You can see here that we have this change request, CSR EBS 1112, restore to test, and it would restore these 74 objects. So at that point, after the refresh is done, the DBA would be able to just click the migrate, or he could schedule it within a time period to be done. Or if you're using a REST API to do your deployments, you would just mark it as a planned. So those are your options for doing an environment refresh. Again, state-based, or more just using a standard change request and process to notify your users, and then have them take the responsibility to mark the archive sets that are ready to be migrated back into the system. The other advantage that comes with doing the state-based is when it comes to reports. There are reports that we have that will do like refresh history by environment, as well as the state history. So those are two useful reports that will give you the history of it. So state-based is more detailed, literally synchronization automatically, whereas the other way is more manual, but it still accomplishes the same thing. You're saving time, reducing the effort, and making sure that all the changes in flight are put back in automatically versus manual. Thank you for your time today. This concludes our 5-minute demo for today. For next steps, please log into https://quest.com/stat for more information.